So I said, no, you know what? I'm not ready. And the nurse just, wouldn't listen to me. And I said, no, I'm not ready. And as I'm saying no, they continued to pull the instruments and, get everything ready.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the House rep from Missouri, Cori Bush, speaking about a harrowing experience in a clinic. Now, you would think after she tells her experience that the next thing would be, well, as a result of that negative, terrible, horrible experience, I decided to go against that industry, to go against those doctors, to go against that particular procedure. But she didn't. As a matter of fact, she's on the total opposite end of what you think that she should be after said experience. Now, I'm kind of being vague right here because reasons, the YouTubes and the whatnots, but you already know what's going on based on the title. And you would think by what she said that she would have a different opinion, but she doesn't. Now, let's go ahead and roll the clip. Of course, this clip will be in the description if you want to see it and hear it without my commentary. But this is on PBS, if I'm not mistaken. And I think she said this story before on other platforms. But you see the caption, Cori Bush shares her personal experience with abortion. Quote, the nurse just wouldn't listen to me. As I'm saying no, they continue to pull out the instruments. Let's listen to this story, and then I'll give my 2 cents on the back end.
And I laid there, and I started to think, well, one, I didn't tell the father that was about to happen. I just felt like I needed more time. So I said, no, you know what? I'm not ready. And the nurse just, wouldn't listen to me. And I said, no, I'm not ready. And as I'm saying no, they continued to pull the instruments. And
let's pause for a minute here. Now, remember, she said there's a father involved. She didn't tell him. So this was something, maybe like boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't know if she was married at the time. But this is something that it wasn't just oops. Well, it was oops, but not really. Or it wasn't an attack on her. There was another guy involved that she thought she can actually confide in and talk to, but she didn't. But keep that in the back of your mind as we listen.
And, get everything ready. And it was just like, no, calm down. No, you're going to be okay.
So you were telling them that you didn't want to move forward.
Yes.
And they were ignoring you.
They absolutely ignored me. Even to the point of, like calm down, as if I was the problem. And so I didn't really know, I didn't understand at that point where I had a voice.
Let's pause again just for copyright sake and whatnot. So she's saying that she went into the abortion clinic for an abortion, but then had second thoughts of getting cold feet. And she's like, nah, I'm changing my mind. I don't want to do this. And they're saying, nah, don't worry about it. Just calm down, relax, it'll be all right. And they're pulling out the instrument. They're still going forward with the abortion, still pulling out all the instruments, still doing everything necessary to carry the procedure out. But she's saying, no, don't do it. And I've heard a similar story from other people, not just black women. We'll talk about that part in a little bit.
Who listens to me. And so I remember laying there looking to see if there was someone else in the room that would listen to me. And they ended up during this time, they put the instrument inside me and started the instrument. So it was, and I'm saying no.
Now, the instrument, if you don't know, you can look it up on your own. I won't put that kind of graphic stuff right here on the screen. I know it's going to get flagged and whatnot, but you already know what it is. If you don't know what it is, be warned. If you Google what is an abortion, what happens during an abortion, it's going to disturb you. It definitely will disturb you. So be warned.
But it was too late because you couldn't stop once it started.
Why do you think they didn't listen to you?
The same as other times where I haven't been listened to by a provider or medical staff. I was a young black woman.
So there's that. Now, I'm not quite sure if they said that right there in that particular clip. And again, that will be in the description. But she also said that she had been there before, so she kind of knew what to expect. So she had an abortion before. Now, if you listen to other platforms like on The View, she's speaking about how she had been sexually assaulted before, and as a result of that, she got an abortion. But that was not this time right here, but they were telling her, no, no, no. That was not that, because remember, she said, well, I didn't tell the father. So if the father assaulted you and it was not consensual, why would you tell him? Why would that be part of what you're doing if you go there because, well, I was assaulted and I don't want to carry the baby of an assault? You wouldn't do that. So this was a separate time. And my question is, well, how many of these abortions have you had? How many? If she has kids, I'm not sure how many kids she has, but she does have kids. She was homeless and whatnot, really struggling. My question is, at a certain point, it's like, all right, if you were assaulted and you got pregnant, I get it. I totally get it. I understand 100%. But if you're just out there in a relationship or you got a boyfriend, husband, or whatever, and you get pregnant, I mean, like, how is that anybody's fault other than your own? They got things called condoms. Things work. They got birth control. They got the Plan B, which is not abortifacient, meaning it does not cause abortion. It prevents not contraception. It prevents conception. And if I'm wrong about that, y'all let me know in the comments. There's also a thing called abstinence, right? Just not having relations. Just that. You could do that and that'd be okay. But I guess that might be a little bit too much to ask from some people. But again, different story. And I digress. The whole point is that she shouldn't be so gung-ho for abortion considering that experience. If I had that experience, just putting myself in her shoes, being a little empathetic, if I put myself in her shoes, I would not want anything to do with the industry because they violated me. I'm sitting there, where I'm laying there on the table. I'm saying, no, 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 please don't do it. I want to think about it. I want to, I'm kind of confused. I'm scared. I'm lost, etc. And they're totally ignoring me. Then I don't want anything to do with the industry. Now, let's get to the next part. She's accusing this particular clinic, maybe even the entire industry, medical industry, of racism. So they're basically assaulting you because they're performing the procedure without your consent, or when you're trying to say no, 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 and they're doing it anyway. That's assault right there. And then you're talking about, well, the reason why they did that is because of my race. So they're racist assaulters, but yet you still support that industry. Okay, how does it make any sense? And to get into how much she supports the industry, there's an article right here from National Review. I won't read this entire article. I'll just get to this little this section right here that shows what she really supports. It reads, Bush supports the codification of Roe v. Wade into federal law, as well as the repeal of the Hyde Amendment, which bars federal funds from being used to pay for abortions. She called the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe and Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization disgraceful, and had cited her first abortion, which was performed after she became pregnant after being assaulted, as part of her reasoning. I was 17 when I had to make a decision. It was the result of an assault. I don't know where I'd be right now if I ended up having the child of my assaulter, Bush said this summer. Okay, so that's that. She had the first abortion because she was assaulted. Then there was another one after that where it was a boyfriend apparently involved. And she did not want to have that one because she had second thoughts, but it was done anyway. But yet she still supports the industry. Okay, and I could even say, okay, I'll send you an olive branch. Let's just say no abortion except for life of the mother, assault, something like that. Like, just have those particular, those qualifications, right? And if you don't know, incest, life of the mother, assault, these things account for less than 1% of all the reasons for abortion. Abortion is done normally, I would say 8-9 times out of 10, for convenience. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm too young. I'm too old. All this, that, and the third. It's convenience. It's really for health reasons. And it's really because there was some kind of assault, some kind of attack on the woman. That's not really what goes on with abortion in this country. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what said you? How do you feel about what Cori Bush said here? She went through all of that at the clinic, but still supports this industry. How does it make any sense? If you were in her shoes, would you feel that same way? Whatever your thoughts are, y'all let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at with it. I think that Cori Bush is just a typical Democratic politician. That's all. Just using certain things to get ahead, using her own story, which is a harrowing story, by the way. I mean, That should not happen to anybody where they're saying, no, don't do this, and it still happens. That shouldn't happen to anybody. That's called assault. That's illegal. You should go to jail for that. But see, it doesn't make any sense. You should not support that same industry that did that to you. It doesn't really jive. But again, people will use anything to push forward an agenda, to push forward a particular thing. She couldn't be in that seat right now as a Democrat in office in Missouri, a Democratic House rep, and go against that industry. She just couldn't do it. So is she torn? Does she just not understand? I really don't understand. I really don't know what's going on. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.